question relates to the legacy framework arising from Galway 2020. Can you give me the status of that framework? Has it been published? A breakdown of the way the million euro that's left will be spent, and full details in relation to this, Minister. You know the background to this. It wasn't just COVID. It wasn't just bad weather. There was a whole history prior to any of those events, and your department set up a special monitoring situation.
Thank you. On the 1st of December last, I approved the allocation of the remaining €1 million from my department's commitment to Galway European Capital of Culture to support the delivery of the programme under the proposed legacy framework. It is expected that the legacy framework will be published on the website of Galway Culture Company, the successor trading entity to the Galway 2020 company, in the coming weeks. The website of Galway Culture Company, which is fully bilingual, is live since last Monday and sets out the key high-level programme aims and actions under the legacy framework. The €1 million funding from my department will be broken down to support the delivery of these programmes aims as follows: €300,000 to facilitate EU and international relationships and funding, €500,000 to develop and support place-based cultural programming, and €200,000 to provide supports to the cultural and creative sector. The Galway Culture Company, operating within Galway City Council and led by the board comprising local and regional leaders of organisations with the role and remit in support of culture and creative industries in Galway, has already commenced work on facilitating EU and international relationships and funding. For example, it has established an ecosystem of EU supports comprising the key agencies in the board of the company. This interagency ecosystem is working to share knowledge and cooperate on EU funding applications. They have already been successful in the award of funding for the Spectre project under the Horizon Europe programme. This project is being led by the Western Development Commission in partnership with CRU, the Atlantic Technological University and Galway Culture Company, as well as a number of partners from other EU countries, including Germany, Bulgaria and Denmark. Galway Culture Company is working to develop the legacy framework of Galway's designation as European Capital of Culture and build on the learnings and outcomes of Galway's many European and global designations, including the European Capital of Culture, UNESCO City of Film, European Green Leaf and European Region of Gastronomy. Over the coming months, open calls will commence for projects under place-based cultural programming, as well as the development of actions to support and enhance the capacity of Galway's region cultural and creative sector. Regular updates on all actions and initiatives, as well as relevant EU and international funding opportunities, will be provided on the website of Galway Culture Company.
Deputy. I don't know where to go with this language, Minister. Thank you for your response. We have Galway 2020. 15 million was committed by the department. 1 million is outstanding. That was for Galway 2020. That company is gone, I understand, of this month. It no longer exists. And now we have Galway Culture Company. So the only creativity here seems to be in relation to the various organisations, including the organisation of the management of the City Council, to be creative in relation to what they do in relation to the million funding. The 2020 has gone by the board. Listen to this. I'll use my 20 seconds and you might... The website of the Galway Culture Company. It was established to create opportunities to engage with EU and international partners and local-based programming which honours the relationships, builds on the learnings, whatever that is, outcomes and legacies of Galway's many European and global designations, including Galway's designation as the European Capital of Culture, UNESCO, City of Film, European Green Leaf, European Region of Gastronomy. I feel like saying Mother of Jesus. What are we talking about here in relation to €1 million of a legacy in terms of infrastructure, in terms of artists on the ground getting money?
Minister.
Thank you. As I said, in that €1 million, 500,000 of it will be to develop and support place-based culture and programming, and 200,000 to provide supports to the cultural and creative sector. The company is working to develop, Galway Culture Company is working to develop the legal framework of Galway's designation as European Capital of Culture and build on the learnings and outcomes. It operates within Galway City Council and is led by a board comprising of local and regional leaders of organisations with the role and remit and support of culture and creative industries in Galway. It is the strategic objective of Galway Culture Company to bring together key agencies and stakeholders to drive forward a collective creative vision for Galway through meaningful partnership and collaboration. So the creativity is at the heart of that, and it will seek to complement the work of the two local authorities in Galway by working with the cultural units in Galway City and County Councils, and will assist in the implementation of both arts plans and the cultural strategy.
You've done a tremendous amount for artists. And here you're left with this gobbledygook in relation to the Galway Culture Company, which has just been formed by various, I don't know what, groups in the west of Ireland. Where do the artists come into any of this? Forgive me for being so naive to think that 2020 was to enhance artists, to work with them on the ground and to leave a legacy. A legacy on many levels, including in terms of buildings, just like the city in Croatia did. Nothing like that has happened. The department set up a specific monitoring unit because of the debacle in relation to the Palace Cinema that cost 9 million plus at the time and is losing money. So we were to learn. You know that word that they keep using here, learnings? It's a dreadful word. It means nothing. So here we have the capital of culture no longer existing, the company no longer existing, a new entity being created as we speak. It's longer than a pregnancy, and I have no idea what it's about except it's gobbledygook. And I would ask you, Minister, I'm over time to take a hands-on approach in relation to this.
Minister.
Thank you. I know in relation to supporting the arts, I looked at the website myself, and it's quite the list. Deputy, if you look at the itemised breakdown of the investment in local cultural sector during the lifetime of the project, so you can see the investment there in the local arts. In relation to I suppose you're maybe referring to maybe a physical infrastructure as legacy there. I think the bid book for Galway 2020, upon which it was awarded the designation of Ireland's 2020 European Capital of Culture, set out that any new cultural infrastructure to be delivered as part of Galway's Culture Strategy 2016-2025 Evergreen Matters, which is developed and managed by the local authorities. And the bid book also stated that infrastructure was not part of the European Capital of Culture project, which would rely on existing infrastructure and infrastructure that came on stream between designation and delivery through existing plans and development. So I think infrastructure is not and never has been part of the direct delivery and legacy of Galway 2020 European Capital of Culture. I think I'm running out of time, but I'm happy to engage with you afterwards, Deputy.